back to Flex Candle, where we read the candles and flex the moves. I'm Flex, and today we're diving into a full top-down analysis on Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, Cardano, and gold. We're going to start from the higher time frames, work our way down to the lower time frames, and check to see if we find any good setups. Now remember, this is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. You're responsible for your own trades. Always do your own research and trade at your own risk. All right, guys, let's get into the charts. And we're starting off here with the weekly as always. And as we can see, Bitcoin right now is at 103,330. Yesterday we went all the way up to like 104,500 or so. And we're getting close to the all-time high here, which is close to 110. It's about like 109 or so. Again, the stochastics are on the way up. We still have a lot of room to move up and continue going sideways. One thing that I'm a little weary about is once we get the stochastics up here, are we going to have some resistance up here at the all-time high? And if we do, could this end up being a possible M pattern that we have to be weary of, where we could fall all the way back down? So that's something that we do have to be careful once we reach the 110 range. But as of for right now, we're above the 200-day moving average, we're above the 21-day moving average, and we're in this falling wedge to break out to approximately 117 to 120. So right now everything is looking bullish. We head over to the daily time frame. We are super bullish here as well. Again, above the 21-day moving average, above the 200-day moving average. As you guys know, my 100K prediction came true yesterday. I put in this broadening wedge and we hit the move exactly. Now that we hit it, we're simply going to get rid of this because this pattern is no longer valid anymore. We already got the win on that. And now we got to look to see what is the new pattern that's going to take us to a higher amount on Bitcoin. So right now, again, this is beautiful. It's looking bullish here on the daily time frame as well. We were able to curve up. We still have room to move up here in the stochastic. So let's see if we can make my next prediction, which is going to be approximately 109, 110. Let's head over to the 4-hour time frame. And in the 4-hour time frame, we are above the 21-day moving average here. But as you can see, we're kind of far away. So we might have to wait for the 21-day moving average to catch up to price before we could start heading up. The stochastics were on the way down, but we could see that they're starting to curve here. So what we're going to do is we're going to anticipate the move, and our new pattern is going to be a new flag. We're simply going to put a flag here and see if it fills out, and let's see what the new measured move for this flag is going to be. And the new measured move for this flag, if it breaks out, is going to be approximately 111. So 111K. I'm gonna go make it even to 110. So this is probably the next thing that's going to happen, where price action is probably going to continue going sideways. The 21-day moving average is going to catch up to price, and then we're probably going to blast off. If that doesn't happen, then the next scenario could possibly be we kind of do a falling wedge towards the 21-day moving average, and then from there we blast off. So we have to see. I always like to do these two patterns when we don't know what's going to end up happening, and let's see which flag ends up happening here, which one is going to follow, on the way down or straight across. We go to the 1-hour chart. The 1-hour chart looks bullish to me. The stochastics are low, they're on the way up, and we're just going sideways. The 21-day moving average is right where the price range is, so it's possible we could get some type of a move pretty soon, it looks like, according to the 1-hour chart. So let's see what ends up happening there. In the 15-minute chart, we also have room. We're about to do another hump here, and we're above the 21-day moving average. We're also above the 200-day moving average. So right now I can see Bitcoin going up. That's going to be our next price target, is going to be 110K. All right, guys, let's move over to Ethereum. And Ethereum has been blasting as of late. We start off here with the weekly chart. I have this in a falling wedge, and as we can see, it already started breaking out. The stochastics are low. We're on the way up. We're below the 21-day moving average and below the 200-day moving average. We just kind of wicked off of there, but we're bullish to continue going up. So it's possible that we're going to break through. Once we break above the 200-day moving average and the 21-day moving average, just like Bitcoin, we should be able to go up. And the measured move to this flag is at 3,400. That's where I see Ethereum going next. Again, this is a weekly chart. This might take a few weeks to play out depending on how bullish we are. Let's take a look at the daily chart for Ethereum. And as we can see, two big green candles so far trying to take over this measured move. We are below the 200-day moving average, which is at 2,701. So that's the first line that we have to break. But we are above the 21-day moving average, which is at 1,820. So right now I see Ethereum possibly also going going a little sideways for right now until we get the momentum to continue going up. Just like Bitcoin, the 21-day moving average is far away from the price, so we have to also wait for this to fill out. So let's do the same thing here. Let's draw a little flag and let's see if this starts to fill out, and we await price action here. And the measured move to this flag is going to be a big one. I'm not going to take the wick, take it from the top of the candle, and the measured move for the 4-hour chart here is going to be all the way to about 2,800. So that's where I see us going next for Ethereum, and then possibly we're going to have some type of resistance there, probably go sideways again until we could continue going up to 3,000 and so on and continue going up. Again, for all of this to happen, Bitcoin has to remain bullish, but if I see Bitcoin going to 110, I'm pretty certain that it's possible that Ethereum will also start going into the $3,000 range. Let's head over to Cardano, and Cardano, we have it in, as you can see here, we have it already flagged out, and we said that the measured move was going to go to about 80 cents, and we actually wicked all the way up to 80, almost 82 cents, 81.7 cents there. So this is already a play that came out. If anyone took this trade, congratulations. I mean, this is a perfect measured move right here. We're above the 21-day moving average, we're above the 200-day moving average. This is on the 4-hour. It looks like we're on the way down. Same type of thing. We're away from the 21-day moving average, which is currently at 71.88 cents. So we're going to do the same thing. We're going to do another flag here for Cardano, and the measured move for this is going to be 92 cents. So that should be the next move here. As long as Bitcoin continues to go up, we'll flag out sideways here, wait for the 21-day moving average to catch up to price, and I see that our next target being in the 90-cent range. Let's take a look at the weekly really quick, since we started with the 4-hour. And in the weekly, I have this in a bigger falling wedge, and the measured move to this is all the way at $1.58, and I can see that happening. The stochastics are low currently. Right now we're above the 200-day moving average. We're below the 21-day moving average, but we still have room to continue going up. So that's going to be the bigger move there, $1.58. Take a look at the daily time frame, and we pierced the 200-day moving average, but we wicked below it again. But the stochastics are low on the way up. So again, I can see this being the next move up. If we flag out here on the 4-hour time frame and it takes us to 90 cents, we'll definitely be above the 200-day moving average on the day. Okay guys, let's head over to XRP. Let's start off with the weekly here, and on the weekly I also have it on a falling wedge, and this is showing us that it's going to go to about $3.28, pretty much to the all-time high that it was at just recently here. The stochastics are also low on the weekly. Check out the daily chart. Stochastics are also low. We're above the 21-day moving average and above the 200-day average. This is ready to start pumping. This right here actually looks like an inverted head and shoulders that could take us up somewhere to probably to like $2.70, $2.90. So again, Bitcoin keeps going up. We're going to start seeing moves in all these altcoins, especially in these big name altcoins here. And again, just like all the other altcoins, away from the 21-day moving average. So we're going to do another flag here on XRP. This is what we have to do. Anytime that we see that we're away from that 21-day moving average, we're going to see if we're going to continue going sideways, let the 21-day average catch up to price, or we're going to fall down and catch up to price. And let's see what the measured move to this is going to be on this flag. This is going to be really interesting if we start breaking out, and next week when I do the recap to see all these flags come out, is going to be awesome. So the measured move for this flag is going to be $2.65. So that's the next price range that we're looking out for. And now let's take a look at the last one, which is going to be gold. And gold, guys, I've been telling you that we are on the way down. You can see that the stochastics are toppy. We're on the way down. We're also far away from the 21-day moving average, which is currently at 2,945. So it's following this flag perfectly right now. We're gonna have to wait a couple weeks for the 21-day moving average to catch up to price, or we could start falling and catch up to the 21-day moving average. On the daily chart, we were on the way up, but look, now it looks like we're going to start dropping down again. We're starting to roll over. This right here looks to me like an M pattern as well. So some type of a double top. Gold has been trying to maintain its spot here, but we're doing a double top right now. So this kind of looks like we might fall down. See what the measure move of this would be if we drop. And pretty much this is telling us we're gonna go to like the 80-day moving average, which is about $3,000. So I could see us going down to 3,100 to 3,000 and possibly even to 2,900. So we're going to leave this M pattern here. Let's see if it plays out. If not, I think that we're just going to continue going sideways. We take a look at the 4-hour chart. The 4-hour chart, we're below the 21-day moving average. So if we continue dropping down, the support is at 3,200. So we're ranging right now between 3,100, 3,400. Let's see what ends up happening. But if crypto's going up, then I think that gold is going to continue going sideways, and we will have to wait for the day that gold continues to go up in the future. All right, guys, so those are the breakdowns. If this gave you clarity or a setup to watch, do me a favor, like, drop a comment, and subscribe. And if you have a stock or crypto you want me to go over, drop it in the comment section. This is Flex Candle, where we read the candles and flex the moves. Catch you on the next chart.